be, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I try in this video, I try to design and give you the most effective exercises to work your spine in all three planes: horizontally, vertically, and sagittal. So because if we look at our body, all our joints, all our muscles are designed to move in three planes, right? So we're gonna start with the breath. So lay down on your backs. Put it here. Knees slightly bent. Just you can put both palms on your abdominal and just breathe. Here I want you just to observe how your spine is laying down, how you're connecting, your body is connecting to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out and notice what is happening. Is there any tension? Look at the position of your lower back. Is the lower back fully touching the ground? Are your ribs firmly laying down on the floor? Check the position of your feet, how they're standing, how you're pressing your feet without moving, fidgeting, how you're pressing your feet. Are you pressing more into the outer corners or inner corners of your arch? Check the position of your shoulders, your neck. Just normal, calm breath. And here, we're gonna start, it's called the pelvic tilt. So inhale, we're gonna lift the lower back off the ground. Exhale, we're gonna press the lower back and kind of trying to lift the coccyx off the floor, engaging the core. So inhale, lift the lower back. So you can see my lower back lifts up. Exhale, pressing the lower back and tilting your tailbone. So really kind of toning the lower abdominal. Inhale and exhale. And when you do this tilt, try not to hurry up. I want you to watch and notice what is happening when you tilt the pelvis. Is there any kind of sudden movements? Is maybe one side is more actively or hurrying up? For example, in my body, the right side is more strong, so it always tries to dominate. So can you balance them? Can you bring this evenness, this smooth transition without any fidgeting or without any sudden movements? Breathe through the nose. Inhale. And here as well, when you move your spine, notice what's happening with your head, because our head is very much connected to our ass. So all actions very much interlaced. I mean, literally, there is a very important connection between both of them. So when you move in tilting your butt, is your shoulders are moving, is your head is moving, and it's supposed to move. What's happening with the spine? So just rotating. So here we're going to make it a little bit more intense. So we're going to really start engaging the core and balancing the pelvis. So trying. So you're going to start lifting your buttocks a little bit higher, trying to really tuck the tongue belly in. Exhale, lifting more from the lower back. As you exhale, like rolling in, unfolding your pelvis, engaging every front of the thighs and also engaging all the vertebrae, moving them at the time. And what you can do here, by your pelvic bones, yes, when you lift the leg, you feel the muscles engaged, right? I want you to kind of pinpoint, put your fingers over there. So when you move, I want you to feel how these muscles are reacting. Which muscle triggers first, starts acting first, and which muscle acts slowly, or then follows. That also tells a story, how we're using our legs. It also tells a story of what's happening in our pelvis. So try to even them. Try them to communicate so they move evenly. And this only can happen when we slow down, when we really start moving with the body in unison. Right, so now we're gonna make it even more interesting. So place your heels under your knees. So you can place your hands on the floor. You're gonna lift your hips, kind of trying to open this space in the front groins here. So pointing, pushing your knees forward away, kind of trying to like make the front body long. And here we're gonna start, actually let's bring the knees together. That will create and here we're gonna start moving the pelvis from side to side. Slowly again, feeling the right side and the left side. And then when doing this, again, maybe both knees together will be not very much comfortable. You can slightly open your knees. When you roll your pelvis from side to side, I want you kind of placing each vertebra at a time. Don't be surprised if your spine cracks. That's a good sign. And again, lift up. And again, rolling pelvis from left to right. So lifting one hip bone, lifting another hip bone, and then slowly locating and placing your vertebrae at a time. Even when you lower back on the floor, still work with it. Here, let's add a little bit what we did, like when we did lifting the lower back. I want you to kind of, with the pelvis, doing these circles. So inhale, lift, pushing, kind of really rotating. Doesn't matter what side, we're going to do two sides. But pay attention to what is happening in the lower back. One side might be a bit more tense than another one, and then move to another side. So kind of a pelvic tilt with rock and rolling. Another side may feel weird, like something is happening, but weird thing happening, unusual, uncomfortable. So work it until it is smooth, until it feels connected and comfortable. And again, lift your hips. And again, rotate from one side to another side. Placing every vertebra at a time. One more. Again, pelvis from right to left, right to left. Placing each vertebra at a time. Very good. So you can put your arms above your head. And here what we're going to do, we're going to kind of drop the knee to one side and notice the stretch on one side. Let's say if my knees goes to the right, feel the stretch on the left side. And then slowly lift your knees up and drop your knees to the other side. Just moving with the breath. And again, observing what is happening with the spine. Feeling the stretch on the side body. Feeling stretch on the waistline. So now we're going to make it more interesting. You're going to stretch your legs. So if you lift your right leg, keep your right palm where it is. You're going to just push your right leg away from the right palm and feel the stretch. And then slowly changing. Lift your left leg and push it to the side. So feel a good stretch on the whole side body. Where can you feel it? Hold it here. Change. Here now we're going to spend a little bit longer. So really stretch it away. Palm away from the foot away from the palm. Can you create more space? And breathe. Lift up. Again to the other side. So we're creating more space. So you're engaging the whole body. Just breathe. And from here, find it comfortable seated. So here we're going to do some rock and rolling. So you're going to really roll in and kind of rock and roll around the spine. And then you're going to increase the amplitude. Okay, so first we're going to do it on spine. So all the back. So this is a very good to stretch. Again, your spine can crack. All right. And now let's rock and roll on the left side. So we'll be kind of rock and rolling on the left side of of your back. So massaging and awakening. Some people may feel a little bit interesting, like falling aside, not having full control. That's totally okay. One more. And now let's do it on the right side of the body. So you're rock and rolling more on the right side. Very good. So here we're going to play with halasana. So lay down, keep your palms on the ground, lift your hips, and stay on your shoulder blades. If your feet come down, wonderful. Try to avoid to stay on the neck. Just stay on the shoulder blades and trying to create and feel what is happening. Can you literally feel the stretch around shoulder blades all around the spine, your pelvis? Palms firmly on the ground. So here we're going to start by engaging the core, working on placing every vertebra time at a time. Again, you may feel a lot of cracking, which is very good. That means we're aligning the spine. Again, lift your hips. And again, full awareness, stretching. So we're standing here on our shoulder blades, not on the neck. Neck is relaxed, so you can slightly turn it right and left. And again, vertebra at a time. Keeping your thighs as close as possible. Feeling. Let's do one more time. Here I suggest that you can kind of slightly support your hips and kind of rock and roll from right to left. Because we're going to go again doing it on both sides. So kind of feel each vertebra rock and rolling from right to left. Now let's do again, lift your hips up and kind of, so you can support yourself here on the left side of the body, placing each rib, each vertebra at a time, and feeling the stretch and work on the left side of the body. And again. So we come in halasana, we stay more on the left shoulder, and when we exit on the left side of your back. One more. So this also like rock and rolling, even on the left side. You may feel a lot of discomfort around the shoulder blade. And all those pressure points with time, they also need to be worked out. Very good. So now we need to go and do it on the right side of the back. Again, lift your hips. Stay on your right shoulder. You can kind of support your hips. And then slowly rolling on the right side of the body. Again, lift the hips up. Rock and roll on the right shoulder. So this little tiny movements and gives you a lot of understanding what is happening around your rib cage, what is happening around the muscles between the shoulder blades and your rib cage, around the spine. Yes, and last one. Very good. From here, come to seated. So you can grab your feet and just feet point, feet flex, feet point, feet flex. And while you're moving, I want you to observe how your feet are moving. Are they moving evenly? All right. What arches of your feet are more active? Okay, and here we're gonna start adding forward folds. So you can keep your feet point, so you can come one hand, come down, up, another hand. And so here we start adding the dynamic element. So we're just moving with the breath, kind of flowing the full attention inside. You can close your eyes. Feet can be relaxed, because here we start going deeper into the forward folds. And now we're going to add a little bit of twist. So we come forward, and here we open our arm up. Up, come forward, and open your arm up. Open. Lift up. So here you notice that we start working with two planes. So we come into horizontal plane, and then we open up in vertical. And the last one. Very good. From here, we're gonna sit into the. So bend your left knee, fully close it, open it 90 degrees. So here, your right palm, the opposite palm, will be holding the knee, because this will allow us to start moving into one side, and then we will be adding extra element. And we just move with the breath. 1. Let's do 10 times. 2. So feeling the stretch. 3. So the body moves in line with your leg. 4. 5. 6. Feeling stretch of whole maximus dorsi. And from here, you come forward. If you can grab, we can grab. I suggest that you grab. If you can always bend the knee, because here we're not working with the leg, we're working with the back. And here we open up the chest and we close. We open up and we close. Open up, so we feel a stretch QL, the quadratus lumboris. We feel the stretch in upper thoracic region, even your shoulder blade, your armpit, everything is working. Open up 5, down. Open up 4, down. Open up 3, down. Open up 2 walks, twist down, open up, 1 and down, come up. Just feel the change, feel the difference, feel how one side is longer than another one, and we're changing the sides. And again, grab the knee, lift your arm, and we're coming to the sides. 1, side bends, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here we come, if you can grab the foot. So inhale, open up your heart. Exhale, down. Inhale, open up, create the stretch in the side body. Down. Open up. Down. 3. Down. 4. Down. 5. Down. Let's do a few more. And slowly release. Now we're going to lay down on our belly. This is a very tricky one. Always be mindful how you're working with your clients. So if the closer the hands to the chest or to the lower back, the more compression and the more angle is happening in the lower back. So we're going to train the clients and we're going to train ourselves, our bodies. So open your feet, maybe hip distance wide, keep the long neck. So by using the palms, we're going to start training, and you already may feel something is happening in your lower back already, or in your spine, just laying down here and kind of adjusting the pelvis and the spine to its anatomical neutral. So here, without loading the lower back, we're going to learn to move with the upper chest and neck, so we'll not be breaking neck. So neck will be continuation of the spine. So you can press the palms, you can lift the elbows. So you're gonna start engaging the upper thoracic region without loading the lower back. So your belly is fully on the floor. Inhale, lift up. So notice what is happening around your shoulder blades. Are your arms evenly pressing and engaging? And so ideally will be to put like a triangle shape on the floor and work from there. Then slowly your body will be warm up. You can bring your hands a little bit closer and work from here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to put the arms a little bit closer. And maybe not straightening up, but the most important, your upper back is working without loading lower back. And then eventually with the time, you will be able to go with straight arms. But again, your lower back will not be loaded. And now slowly come into the Sphinx pose. You can turn your right forearm in for stability, or as you feel comfortable, and bend the left knee. So here what we're going to do, we're going to work in and bring the shoulder down. Open up and shoulder down. Open up, shoulder down. Open, shoulder up, down. Open up, down. Open up, down. Open up, down. Change the sides. So open up. We're not grabbing it yet. We are preparing the body. Trying to grab the ankle. But we were doing a lot of work in the thoracic spine, so we were really working a lot with the muscles around the shoulder blades. Now, we're gonna kind of grip. You can grab the ankle, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna open up and again shoulder down. Open up, shoulder down. Open up, shoulder down. Open up, shoulder down. Open up, shoulder down. Very good. Change the sides. And again. So your lower back is not loaded, but you're working with the engaging a leg, working from the upper chest. Now we're gonna go a little bit differently. Change here the opposite arm to the opposite ankle, grabbing from inside. See if you can grab it first. And again, shoulder down, shoulder back. So it's gonna be a deeper stretch. Shoulder down, shoulder up. Shoulder down, shoulder up. Shoulder down, shoulder up. So we're doing a back bend and a little bit of twisting. Okay? And changing sides. Bend another leg. Let's say left and grab with your right palm. And again, shoulder down, shoulder up. Shoulder down, shoulder up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and release. So watch carefully next one. We call it Tibetan twist. So you're gonna lay down on the tummy. You're gonna stretch your palms aside and watch carefully. So you're gonna lift the right foot and trying to go back, step toward the left palm and come to the center. And then with another leg. Just let's do 5 times for each side. Again, move carefully. And last one. Very good. Continue staying. So here, what we're gonna do, you're gonna lay down. I need to move my mic. You're gonna lay down on the right thigh, but our chest will be facing down. You're gonna place both hands, both feet forward. I want you to grab with your left palm. I want you to grab your right foot. Right shoulder is facing back. And here, our action will be lifting the left leg up and down. Lifting leg up and down. 2 to 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. And just hold it here. Release and change to the other side. So I'm gonna change it here. So lay down on the left thigh, both feet here. Grab with the right palm, grab your left foot and lifting the right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Observe what is happening inside the movement. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Release. Here. If your knees are very sensitive, you're going to sit in a very wild position, like frog or something. You can sit also on the block. If your hips are not on the floor, I recommend you sit on the block or maybe even on a cushion, because here we're going to do again the twist. So the same principle that we are doing, kind of cat and cow. So let's continue, let's doing this here. So we're warming up the spine. So we're gonna do identical exercise, this rolling, but in a twist. So inhale, rotate to one side. Make sure the belly button is facing forward. So don't go to maximum, create more space so you can literally move. And do this kind of cat and cow in this pose. You can add a little bit of neck as well. And changing side. 10. And again, avoid any painful experience. If it's painful and discomforting, that means you went too deep today. Just minimize slightly one step back up and try to do it as it feels comfortable. Very good. So slowly come out. Again, you need to massage your knees and ankles because we will need them. So now it will be a variation of Supta Virasana, modified Supta Virasana from one side to another side. So let me show you how it is done. So you kind of grab your feet from inside. So exercise is you bend your knee, you close it, and you kind of put it aside. And then you try to open another leg. So I need to move a little bit away from the wall. So open up here, and then changing sides. So bend one knee, you place it next to you. So you feel a good stretch in the front thigh and also in the groin muscle. Also, there will be lots of stretch happening in the front ankle. So let's do at least 10 times for each side. So each side, each time, try to go a little bit deeper. Take your own time. Again, if you cannot stretch the full leg, you can always keep your knees gently bent. Let's say this is 3. Four. 5. 'And again, you can see that both legs are moving differently. Both legs are feeling differently. So if you found a tight spot, you can stay there a little bit longer. Breathe into it. Let's do the last one. And from here, slowly coming into the cat. Cat and cow pose. So we will use the working with the shoulders. And of course, while we're working with the chest, the whole spine is active, right? The whole body is using. So keep your arms straight, but just work from your shoulders, from your shoulder blades. So when your torso goes down, shoulder blades together. When you push away, so now we're working with the thoracic spine, right? With the chest region. Now I want you to also learn and identify the multifidus, the lower back. So for this, the chest will not be moving. You all only will be moving from the pelvis. And this is a very tricky one to separate your rib cage so it's not moving. It's only the lower back that moves. That will wake up all the glute muscles, very deep core muscles as well. But this exercise particularly is reprogramming your lower back stabilizers and core stabilizers muscles. So lower back stabilizers are multifidus and transversus abdominis. And most of the time, they are kind of reacting late, or they're not balanced in reaction. They have to both actually react at the same time, but somehow there might be delay between their communication. So this is how we are retraining them. And now, again, go back to shoulders. Now we're going to lift the knees 2 centimeters off the floor, and we're going to continue working with the chest. So we're adding a little bit of strength and power into chest and also the core. Very good. So now my favorite one. We place one palm forward, another palm slightly back. And this is where we work as well with the chest, with the shoulders. It's retraction and protraction. You keep your arms straight, but you only work with the shoulder blades. You work with the shoulders. Okay, change. Now we're gonna do it on one side. So we're gonna put the hand like maybe here on the thigh. We're gonna just work through one. So the torso will be parallel to the ground. And then we can add the torso together to the work with the shoulder blade. So these are basics. These are foundation. This awakening and engaging all these muscles that are supposed to working, but because we're limited in movement throughout the day, they are not waking up. Change to the other side. So first, just moving through the shoulder. Again, try not to lock the elbow. If you're hyperextended in elbows, kind of slightly keep your elbow bent. And now we can add the torso. Okay, now we're gonna do it more interestingly. So again, hand is here, but we're gonna lift the knees off the ground. And we're gonna work at least 5 times, again carefully, building the strength and mobility through the shoulder blade. Very good, and on the other side as well. Lift the knees. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Now let's do a little bit of fun. So we know simple cat and cow. So let's just use the back bend, flexion and extension of the spine. So when we extend here, you literally work on opening your sitting bones, opening your whole front body. Exhale. And again, just move with the breath. So this is a basic one that we know, right? Cat and cow that we always do. And I'll try to move horizontally. So shoulder to the thigh, and then shoulder to another side. Keeping your neck long. Or actually, you can add and help with the neck to create the curves. Very good. And now let's do the circles. My favorite one, I call it being stuck in a barrel. So you can think as if you're in the barrel, and with your body, you're trying to break the walls of the barrel. So you can literally feel and engage the whole body. And to the other side. Very good. Now the interesting thing will be, let's do something, challenge our brain and challenge our neuron connection. So lift one leg and just do the circles. And add a bit of your torso. Onto the other side. And change the legs. So your torso and your leg are moving continuously. And to the other side. Now we're gonna add the arm. So stretch the leg, stretch the arm, and let them move and draw big circles opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, and to the other side. So here you can move them in the same direction. You can also move them in the opposite direction. But that requires a lot more complicated connection. So now let's step to plank. So we're gonna do different variations with the plank. So as always, as we learned, almost the mid finger will be facing to the front, so the midline of the palm will be facing to the side of the mat. All the joints one on top of each other, shoulder width apart. And here we work on bringing this lower center, like scooping it in. So pushing the belly in. So really creating the long line at the back of the body. And here we're just gonna start moving. So downward facing dog, move to upward facing dog. But I want you to not focus on the lower back. I want you to focus on stretching in the front thighs. So noticing, so you have to really engage your hips and work on stretching in the front hip joint. So you can add a little bit more of the wave. Okay, very good. Now again in plank, we're coming back to plank and we're gonna just do the rotation with the hips. 5 times to one direction and 5 times to the other direction. Just rest, come to the child pose or Virasana pose. Just I want you to rest, nothing to stress yourself around. You can always take breaks. You can always stop this video, take enough of rest, and then join and continue with us. One more thing that I want you to experience is in plank, actually come to the downward facing dog and moving your hips to one side, move your hips to another side. So you'll feel interesting stretches happening around your hips and around your side body. A lot happening. Very good. Okay, so now you can do the waves. This is also very nicely, but it needs to be done very softly. So from downward facing dog, you kind of rocking all the way, stretching each vertebra of your spine, coming to upward facing dog, and then like a wave moving all the way back. So it's like using the segments of the movement, connecting them all together into one full action. And last one. Okay. Next group of exercise will be with Vasisthasana. So again, engaging the thoracic, they're strengthening the thoracic spine. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna kind of sit in the position, and from here we're gonna start working with Vasisthasana. So make sure that you not collapsing into the palm. You have to push the floor away. The moment when you collapse into the palm, you kind of will be overstretching the tissues in your palm. But when you engage the palm and like grabbing the floor and pushing it away, you're engaging the muscles. So you start training the muscles of the forearm and training the muscles in the palm. So exercise will be, we're gonna inhale to Vasisthasana, so both feet maybe just one on top of another, and come to seated. 2, 3, push the floor away. 4, 5, and here we can add even more, so we can go and touch the opposite foot and come to seated. Touch. So this is the way we move in 3 planes. Last one. And let's change to the other side. Inhale. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we can add an element. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly come down. Yeah, now we're gonna change the perception. Some of you told me, so this exercise will be not for the hip openers. First, when we're gonna work on stabilizing and find stabilization in the ankles. So if you're kind of falling back, maybe you can hold to something. And what I want you to do is kind of work with your ankles, with your feet. Okay, so kind of stretching, moving from one side to another side, from one side of the foot to another side. And this is where we're gonna make it even more. Now, again, you can come a little bit into the more wider one, and again, kind of rock and rolling and shifting your weight from one side to another side. That is allowing us to go into the hip joint itself. Again, you can hold to something and kind of training your hips. Okay, so moving from the hip joints. So kind of you can even do this, rock and rolling. The ideally, I remember how my teacher at our training, this is what he used to ask us to do. He was asking us, okay, and now a walk on the mat. He was telling like a bear walk, or even, and then you walk back. So this is, again, if you're falling and you need support with your palms, you use it. But this is ideally works out your knees and develops the mobility in your ankles. Okay, so the next exercise, we will be engaging the whole body. So we're gonna kind of trying to bring the elbow. So elbow down and elbow down. The next step will be putting elbow down and lifting one arm up. And still working from inside, trying to push the knees away. Very good. Nice. So for the next exercise, if your knees are sensitive, we're gonna do work with the crescent pose. So you can kind of prop under your knees because we're gonna stay here a little bit longer than usual. So you can double mat or put anything. So untucking your toes. Here we will be focusing again on keeping our tummy, belly active, but we will be focusing on opening this particular area, working with the hip joint, right? So here we're gonna just, here is not important if your knee is less than 90 degrees, that's okay. Here we're working with this, but we're protecting the lower back in order to really get into the front thigh. So let's do 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6. Firmly, to make it more interesting, you can always tuck your back toes, and as you press through the big toe at the back, you'll feel more opening and more connection with the front hip flexors and the front thigh. So now we're gonna add arms. We're gonna open up arms and slowly gonna come into half split. 2, 3. So just letting the exercise, the movement flow. So here, the next one, we're gonna kind of again coming into the side. So we're gonna come forward. So kind of staying here. Lift through the arm, lift from the knee and back. So here we can go up to the center. Up, center, up, center, up, center, up, center. Very good. And now, okay, so now, again, same exercise, arms up. So as our hips come forward, we will be going with both palms to the side. With both arms, we're going to the side. So we're kind of creating the band. Inhale up. Exhale. As you exhale, you're engaging your core and you're going to the side. Very good. And now we can also do arms here. So when our hips come forward, we come to the twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very good. Change the sides. Just standing up in here and just working. Again, focusing on opening the front thigh. 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we can add arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Just come to the pose, and here lifting and down. Lifting and down. Here we can add to the side, down. To the side, down. To the side, down. Side stretching away from the knee, down. Okay, slowly come. So now we're going to move with the arms. So as our hips move forward, we'll be moving to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here, arms in front. So as you exhale, you come and you twist toward the bend from knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we're gonna go and move the hips into the other direction. So this is also a very, very good hip opener for those who have tight hips. So now the heel and knee will be in one line. So we kind of gonna holding the tummy in, moving from side to side. So creating the stretch in the adductors. This is external rotation of the thigh. This is a good opening of the inner groins. So here we're gonna start adding arm. And now we can add 2 arms. Last one. And here we're gonna move to the side. 3, 4, 5. Again, always make sure that you're pushing the knee away. 6, 7, 8. Very good. And changing to the other side. So again, heel and knee in one line almost. So again, so I think there is a wall behind you and you just lining over that wall. 2, 3, 4. You feel like there is a lot of happening inside around your hips. These are the muscles that are supposed to work and engage, right? This is how we are working and engaging them all. Very good. So here we end. Arm. Three, 4, 5, and now we're gonna add 2 arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Engage and move through the thoracic spine. Move with the spine, not only your shoulders. Try to engage the full range of motion in the torso. 6, 7, 8. Very good. Now hands in front of you. As you move your hips to the side, you will be moving away from the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Gently just come. Just feel. You will feel that the whole body is kind of vibrating, which is very good. Let's stretch our glute muscles. So what we're gonna do, bend your right heel and place your right knee or one heel on top of the left knee. Okay, so this is the ankle 90 degrees is always protecting your knee. So here what you're gonna do, you're gonna place your hands back, bend the left knee, and kind of holding your ankle 90 degrees so you can see, kind of rock and roll from one side to another side. Come a little bit closer, lift your hips up, and try to walk your chest as close as possible to the shin. See if you can drop your head. Maybe you can even hug and just stay in here. Very good. So here we're gonna go a little bit into the twist. So right arm will come up. So variation one, you grab the foot and you kind of stretch to the side. You can place the elbow inside the foot and maybe stay in here. But you really push it and you're trying to twist and stretch. Very good. Release. And let's do the other side. So this time, again, bend your left knee, put the left heel on top of the right ankle, and bend the right knee and kind of rock and roll from right to left. So preparing your hips for a deeper stretch. And then slowly you can lift the hips and walk your torso a little bit closer to the shin. So the closer the heart, the more intense you'll feel in the glutes. So staying here, maybe bringing your chest closer and even dropping your head down will feel much more intense. Especially that's the connection that I was telling you about our butt and our head, a direct connection. If your head is stressed, your butt will be stressed. You will be running like crazy. If your butt is relaxed, your head will be relaxed. Inhale, lift up. And now we're gonna go into the twist. So you can grab the foot and twist, maybe, or place the elbow inside the foot and really rotate and twist in here. Very good. Slowly come out. Sit comfortably. You can sit as a virasana. You can sit as a cross-legged as you feel. We're going to work and just try to work a little bit with the shoulders and the neck area to release any kind of tension. So here I want you to rotate your fingers out. So I'm turning 45 degrees so you can see it. Let me sit comfortably. So my elbows, you see, this is what happens. My bicep moves out, rolling my shoulders back. I can press my palms. So my shoulder blades are facing towards each other. So I'm press your right palm down to the floor. And as you press your right palm, bring your left ear toward the left shoulder. And you'll feel a very nice line of pull between your ear jaw to the top of the shoulder. And to make it interesting here, you can drop your head down and you feel, but continue pressing the palm down. You feel that the pull is changing. Okay, now you're gonna lift your chin up, but continue pushing the ear toward the shoulder. So kind of stretching your jaw and neck muscles as well. Very good. Come to the center. Notice the difference, right? Let's do it on the other side. So press your left palm down, shoulder back. So you kind of here, you can help yourself. With the other hand, you can kind of push or touch the shoulder, so it will be a reminder to pressing it down away. And here, instead of breaking, we want to extend. We want to work with the crown of the head pushing all the way up to the sky. Sometimes I advise my students just to warm up, gentle, like chin up and chin down. But here, let's stay static so you feel the full stretch. Now, chin down. Chin up. And release. Now we're going to stretch the tissue in the front of the chest. So I want you to put your hands on top of your breast, like on top of, like on your sternum. So you kind of push the tissue toward the chest. And we're going to work with the neck muscle, with the neck tissue. So instead of breaking the neck, I want you to kind of work with pushing the back of the head toward the back wall and lifting your chin. So trying to really stretch your chin up. So push the skin down. And really lift the chin all the way up and release. Again. It's also very important to close your teeth, because the more you close your teeth, the more stretch you will feel in the neck. So again, push it down. And release. And now just let's do another one just to finalize. Interlace hands behind, elbows forward, and kind of rock and roll and push the chin toward the chest. And still at the same time, you kind of trying to fold in. And again here, you can turn your chin to the left shoulder. Then slightly rotate and turn it to the other shoulder. Found a tight spot, wait and hold there. Give your body time to open it up. Slowly coming out. And just few head rolls, 5 head rolls in one direction. Again, here let's put the palms down the back and do the head rolls with opening the space in the chest. And to the other side. Now sit here. With your left palm, press your right shoulder back. With the right hand palm, you're supporting your left elbow. And here you kind of turn your chin toward the left shoulder. And you're trying to bring the chin, though you don't lift the shoulders are here, but you're trying to bring the chin toward the shoulder. And at the same time, you're turning, rotating your head to the back. And release. And to the other side, so support the shoulders are in one line. Just twist your head to the right side and then work on bringing the chin as close as possible down to the clavicle or to the shoulder. Very good. Close your eyes. And now I welcome you for Shavasana.